Hello friends and family of YouTube. Man, I hope y'all are having an awesome day. We are here. Well, I've got some good footage I want to share with you about my dog and my cat. They right here in the yard playing with a mouse. My cat, she catches them, and she likes to sit and watch Muppy play with them. So man, I tell you, I get tickled no matter how many times I see this, especially watching the cat sit back watching Muppy play with it. So anyway, I only got a couple of minutes of it on here for you, so let y'all see what's going on. Well, the dog and the cat have got a mouse. Can't help but wonder who's going to win this battle. Is the mouse going to run off into the woods, or is the dog going to get it, or the cat going to get it? The cat just loves the dog. The cat is Kiki, if y'all haven't watched this before, and the dog is Muppy. Kiki just adores Muppy. She follows her everywhere. It's very seldom you see a cat love a dog, but she just really is attached to her. Muppy doesn't know what to think about Kiki the cat. Muppy's always kind of apprehensive about getting around her. Kiki loves to just walk up and headbutt her. I'm sure some of you think it is cruel for me to allow her to chase this mouse, but I have been working on an old car, and this is the old car right here. And you know, being in the woods, we do have problems with mice from time to time. And the problem that I have is that mice can get in there, eat up wiring. They can get in this RV right here and eat up stuff in it, cause a lot of problems. You know, and I would rather the cat practice catching the mouse and get good at it versus putting out mouse traps and poison. You know, if you put out mouse poison, those things, man, that is such an inhumane way for them to die. So I don't think there really is a humane way for you to kill mice. But anyway, just in case some of y'all hadn't got to see the video, I'll go ahead and show you the car here. But yeah, the other problem I have with mice is once you get mice, you're usually going to have snakes, and I've had snakes in a car with me twice in antique cars, and I don't enjoy that any. So makes for a very dangerous ride. So anyway, I'm glad to see the mouse get taken down by the cat and the dog. Let them have some fun with it. Let them practice and get better at it, and maybe I won't have to worry about mice anymore. So yeah, anyway, there's a couple of videos out on this car here if y'all want to check it out on this channel. Well, I got a couple of funny stories I want to share with you, and also a little bit of an attitude adjustment. So anyway, when I was a kid, me and my cousin, we didn't get to see each other too often, but when we did, we were always cutting up, getting into trouble, laughing a lot, and that sort of thing. But anyway, my cousin's dad, he was a preacher, and one of the early times I remember going around him was we'd went to church together, and we were sitting beside each other in the pew, and my cousin pulled out his billfold, and he pointed down to the bottom of the billfold. He had opened it up, you know, and he pointed down there, and it said raw cowhide. And he closed back his billfold up. He got the billfold, and he sat it there, and he went like that. Well, you know, as a little kid, and here we are sitting in church, you're trying to be quiet, and you're trying to keep a straight face, not laugh, show out, and everything, because you know you're going to get in trouble, and back then kids got whippings. So we tried to keep our composure and tried to be cool about it. Well, that's kind of how we rolled as kids, is we would always try to make the other one laugh at inappropriate times. Well, another time we had been at a funeral, and I don't have any idea whose funeral it was, but anyway, everybody's, we're outside, it's graveside, and you know, here we are, little kids, somewhere between 9 and 11 years old, I guess, somewhere around in there. And anyway, back then they had grave diggers. You didn't have backhoes or whatever dig the graves. You had men dig them. And anyway, there was some grave diggers standing beside. They had done the grave digging already, and they were just waiting for the funeral to be over so they could do the putting the dirt back over the grave. So as we're sitting there, I happen to look around, you know, as we both did, and there's a lot of sad people, and everybody's, you know, really quiet, and the preacher's up there talking and stuff. But I happen to look over at the grave digger, and I notice, or a couple of them there, and I noticed one of them had a real long face. Like, if you watch Laurel and Hardy, the one guy with a long skinny face is what it makes me think of. Anyway. So he's leaning up on his shovel. He's got his shovel up under his chin there, and he's leaning on that thing. And I happened to, you know, elbow my cousin. I was like, look over here at this guy, you know, and he looked over at him. And then I said, why such a long face? And of course now he's got to battle that. He's got to keep from laughing, and of course I do too. You know, it's like, you might torture one with it, but you still gonna have to be tortured with it yourself, even though you're the one that said it. So, so that was kind of how we acted as kids. Was we always tried to aggravate the other one and play tricks on each other and that sort of thing. Well, anyway, I got a call from him today that that his father passed away. And I know that times are tough for him, and you know, he's going to be going through a tough time. He lost his mom about 1.5 years ago, which was my dad's sister. And of course, it's a tough time for all of us. But I know that my cousin's not able to sleep. I know he's not able to eat, and I know it's really hard on him right now, losing his father. So what I'm going to point out to him tonight or tomorrow, whenever we get to see each other again before the funeral, is you know, you got to remember that this is when you and I met, was at these funerals and sad times. But it was a good time for you and I to get to know each other, and we've had a lifelong friendship, and man, we're close. And you know, we were back behind the scenes cutting up while everybody else was sad, because we were kids and we didn't understand what it was like to really lose a parent or a grandparent or whatever at that time. But you know, that's part of growing up. You don't understand things as you're young. But there's going to be some cousins there that's going to be cutting up and joking just like you and I was. And you know, to think about what's going on here, I know it's sad for you, but try your best just to think about the fact that there's some cousins that are bonding here today. And you know, one of them might be back there with a billfold and making a cow sound out of it, or another one might be talking about somebody having a long face, because there's going to be a lot of long faces here at the funeral. But you know, the cool thing about my uncle that passed away, man, he was a minister more than 50 years, and man, ain't a lot of people can say that. He worked a lot with a lot of people, and I think he served at 3 different churches, at least that I know of. He may have done some before I was of age to know what was going on. But anyway, he was a great man. But yeah, I know it's going to be a tough time for my cousin and all of our family, so I'm going to try to give him a little happiness by reminding him of how we met and how we used to cut up at times like these. And you know, if you do believe in God, you do believe in heaven, there's definitely a minister going to heaven. He's been serving for 50 to 60 years, so You know, believing in heaven, you can always believe that, man, his life's a whole lot better than what it could have ever been on earth. So anyway, just wanted to kind of throw that out there that, you know, I've had a few struggles of my own, but I always try to look for the positive in it, try to look for some way to laugh about it, smile about it, as opposed to just look for the negative side of it. And hopefully that'll help one of y'all today, if that does mean something to you. If not, maybe you can at least get a chuckle thinking about two kids cutting up when they shouldn't have been. So, folks, I hope y'all have a great day. Hope to see y'all real soon. Take care. Bye-bye.